Rag Boy from Wake 9, and this is Rag Boy Jr., RJ, here. And we're getting ready to start our 2010 wake surfing season here at Wake 9, but as you can get an idea by looking around here a little bit, the weather hasn't been cooperating. We've had like 3 inches of rain over the last day. It's been kind of crazy. But we have a podcast for you, because we're going to start our podcast going now. And we have a podcast that we filmed at the end of last season where we reviewed Tige RZ2, a 2010 RZ2. And man, we had a great time. It was a great boat. We had a lot of fun, didn't we?
Yeah.
And also, RJ, this is RJ's first podcast that he's editing on his own. I set him up with a workstation where he's got Final Cut Pro and he's editing. And so if you have any complaints, they go to the boy. Another thing I want to say is we're going to have a festival on May 14th through 16th at Camp Far West Lake. If you're anywhere in Northern California around the middle of May, you got to come up. We're going to have demos. You're going to get to try all kinds of boards by Inland Surfer, Walker Project, Lake Wakes, a bunch of different types of boards. They'll be there for you to try. We'll have boats that'll tow you so that you can try out a couple of different wakes also. We're going to have the Tige RZ2s because Tige is helping to sponsor the event. We're going to have 2 brand new, just manufactured Tige RZ2s for you to look at. And Rag, can you think of any other stuff? Oh, the contest.
Yeah, there's the contest.
The contest. We have pros coming and we're having a contest, and you can join the contest too. There's different classes that you can join in. Like there's a kids class, there's a amateur class, woman, men, skim, surf. Go to wake9.com/festival for more information. Quincy's going. Can you hear him? He's all excited about it. Anyway, watch the podcast. Enjoy the RZ2 review. Stay tuned to Wake 9 for more great stuff. All right, Rag Boy from Wake 9. And this is a really cool day. I'm here with Ben Pigeon. And Ben is from Tige. And what we got here is a 2010 Tige RZ2. This sucker is beautiful. Whitney, why don't you just kind of pan over? And I left the cover on it because man, it looks sexy just with the cover. So Ben, are you having fun driving all over the place here?
Well, I got lost a little bit. Had to go all the way up the country. Salt Lake City, Casper, Wyoming, across Washington, Idaho. Finally made it down California. I'm stoked to be here.
So Ben's excited to be here. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to really test this thing out. But I want to show you something too. You know, one of the things we've been doing with wake surfing is we replaced the deck on our Tige. Now, this is a really cool deck that Tige's done on the new boat. But I'm really excited to see how well this deck does because it doesn't have as big a lip as the stock deck I had on my 24 VE. My VE had this huge lip. This one's filled in. So kudos go to Tige for making an effort there to fill it in, but it still has some lip on it. So we're gonna see how this deck does out there wake surfing. Now Ben, this has the in-haul tanks and the extra ballast.
This has what we call the Pro Package.
So this has the Pro Package.
For 2010, we have 3 different ballast systems. We have our base, which is 900 pounds.
Right.
We have a surf package, which is additional bags on the side of the boat, which will expand, which adds 500 pounds on both sides. And then on top of that, we have what this boat has, which would be the Pro Ballast, another 2 500 tanks in the front,
Okay.
almost 2,000 pounds.
Got it.
Yeah, so right there, that's pretty much what our pros are. We've got this boat slammed out. So.
Now, are there tanks actually in the hull or just those sacks in the back?
Now what you have, your base tanks will be in the hull. It's not going to take up any of your storage.
Right.
But the surf package are 2 bags that are tucked in beneath a curtain right here on the side of the boat, which expand once they're filled up, and actually
we'll take a good look at that later.
Yeah, it's nice. They stay up high on the boat, so it helps lean that boat over and give it kind of an artificial lift when you're wake surfing.
Cool. All right, so we'll see how that works when we get out there and play with that touch screen. Okay, so there's been a lot of comments out on the forum about this tower and whether a big boy can get underneath it. I am 6'2", flat-footed here, and I'm touching. So as long as you're not over 6'2", you're going to be just fine. It works. Does the bimini top make this shorter, or is it over the top?
The bimini top will come down a little bit right there, but it integrates right into the tower. So it's right on top. It does fold over. It doesn't look like an afterthought. Okay. Also notice we have our new Pro 80s on the side. I like to put 2 Pro 80s on the side because I still get, I mean, they blow anybody off the water, and they also leave plenty of room in the boat.
Yeah, that's true, because the other Pro 80 would go here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you'd have 2 more speakers here, so it's kind of nice having this open. All right, I got to point something else out here. I noticed this on just about every boat I'm on, and you might be surprised, but sometimes I can feel the boat move underneath my feet, because I, have packed on just a little bit extra here. And I'm telling you, I'm moving around. It's rock solid. The floor in here on my VE, the moment, even when it was brand new, I could feel it move. I could feel where the gas tank was moved. I don't feel nothing. This is rock solid, and I'm a good 400 pounds. Now, you can pull up carpet and see that it has, my wife just went, oh, because she's excited that look at how great it's going to be to clean this. But you can see the floor here, whatever they did to the bottom of this, I can tell you, this is solid. So, even a couple of me in here, it would work, man. Now, the vinyl in here, like I said, is absolutely beautiful. If you're used to an RZ2, it's pretty much the same, but they've changed a lot of stuff underneath the seats. On our VE, the ice chest was over here in this corner. Now the ice chest is right here, and it's got a really cool latch the way this opens. And then this side is completely open underneath. Now, the only gripe I have about that is if you really want to sack this boat out for wake surfing, if you're a regular foot rider, you could probably put a sack, all the way up the side. I don't even know how much weight you get in there, probably 1,500 pounds sack all the way up the side. But on the goofy side, you maybe can go up to here. So if you wanted to, customize a sack, you wouldn't get much on this side. However, we got in the hull tanks. So we're gonna go test it with the ballast that it has, and let's see what kind of wake we get. Okay, so we're in the 5 mile an hour zone here on beautiful Lake Oroville. And except for the fact that it's cold, like you can see here, I'm gonna hit gauges, and you can see here the lake is 61 degrees and the air outside is 48 degrees. So we're just barely making that 100-degree rule. I think RJ's getting scared that he's gonna have to get in. But look at these gauges up here. You see the difference in the front gauges, and we got this really cool fuel gauge. It goes from like 0 to 100%. I don't know how accurate it is. It's going to take a lot more testing than just today to figure that out. I'm already in love here. I'm very much in love because I can hit menu, and now I can select playlists, and there's my top playlist, and there's King of Wake. King of Wake is the playlist I like, so I'm going to select that. This is too awesome. Anyway, I gotta read probably all the instructions, but the fact that I can navigate through my playlist right here on the touchscreen, that just gives me a chubby. Okay, so now we're in the 5 mile an hour zone, and we're gonna fill up ballast on the goofy side. Okay, so Ben is telling me that the in-hull tank and the surf sack, the optional surf sack, are piggybacked. So I'm gonna hit this one button here. I'm draining. You can see how drain came up. I hope that's all coming through on the camera. Now I'm filling. Let's watch that baby fill up.
It's gonna go by 25, so.
And we're gonna. Ben says the percentage goes by in 25% increments, and we're gonna leave weight out of the front. Alright, so we have RJ wake surfing here, and I just want to point one thing out. You can see that whitewash that's here on the top of the wake, and that's coming from the deck, the swim deck. It still does have a little bit of a lip. It still is making a cosmetic change to the wake, but it's really not cutting in like I've seen on my 24 VE when we first got it, or on other boats, where it actually destroys the top of the lip and makes it hard to get air and perform certain types of tricks. It looks a lot worse on the video. Being in the boat and talking to RJ surfing, it's really more cosmetic. However, if I had this boat, I would probably replace the deck with something like our aluminum custom deck that would completely eliminate the problem.